Oh, they got started. I'm not even done putting information in. So sick. Let him go. Well, I gave him the thumbs up to start, so it's my fault. Yeah, we have probably a not so interesting game one here with Jordan being on Dredge and then Robert being on blue white control, also being on the draw, so he's behind. Jordan got a free Dredge for free. Yeah, Common saw Dredge, so he showed up. Um, hey, I'm back. That question. Those are things. So a flashback ox gets subtlety. We have a Narset and a Gyre reach Sanctuary. What if he's just on mono blue? And I said blue white for no reason. There's its baby Teferi, so it has to be. But I don't put it back on Robert. He's always out here doing something spicy. So oh, there we go. Oh, one more second. Hey, I'm finally back again. Getting stuff ready for the 1K tomorrow. Well, I guess it's now 2K. So keep having to leave the room to do stuff. Get things ready. But you dusted off Dredge and went 3-0-1. How did you draw? Just keep getting endurance tucked. You just have to keep playing out the game. Don't know how Dredge would draw very often. Rhino stalled you to turns? That seems crazy. Uh, Gordon's taking 2 damage, but he's playing against control, so it doesn't matter that much. To just hard cast and Narcomoeba. We're unable to go to draw again, so he's not able to do anything with Narset out. Yeah, the Dredge playing against any other matchup right now would just be dead. Because this mana base is so painful right now. Every time he wants to do anything, he's just taking 2. Like, can you imagine if he's sitting across from him right now? He hasn't hit Creeping Chill, or if he did, I missed it. Okay, there's one. But if you hit, like, no Creeping Chills, he's just playing against Burn. Like, he's just so dead. Whereas like Roberts is not the. It's a little bit better now, but at first it wasn't the best. He only had like blue, but it didn't matter that much. Now he'll be able to get white if he wants to, which he does grab a Holy Fountain. Another hard part for Dredge is like you don't have like a whole lot of value targets for your Dark Blast to use against blue white. What? Hello? My man just cast a Path to Exile? But happened to be playing against Dredge, so it doesn't matter. That might be my hero. Don't think to decide whether he wants to Dark Blast his own thing. Doesn't have a basic in the deck anyway, so. It was just going to be a free path. Jordan does not have his Dredge shirt on right now, so the powers of Dredge not working out too great for him. He gains some life. We have the stagger on the comeback of his creatures, which is really good because the last thing you want is put all your creatures into play and they all get board wiped at once. And Robert has to deal with them individually or wait one additional turn. As he does have 2 verdicts in hand. We'll see what he wants to do. Yeah, his first game round 1. So you've indeed not missed a whole lot. It's Land Pass. Amalgam comes back. Channel that. Anybody excited for tomorrow? Am I gonna be watching tomorrow? I have Ross Marion and Todd Anderson coming. I have a double RCQ. It's a 2K tournament. We have 78 people because we're maxed right now. I mean, to be fair, it'll be on all day tomorrow for the most part. We'll probably be live from like 12 o'clock EST to like 8 o'clock. Kind of depends what the matchups in the room are. Last 1K we had like not a whole lot of control decks or 4-color made top 8, so the last 3 rounds went by in like an hour and a half maybe, which is the fastest top 8 we personally had. But yeah, it's modern tomorrow. There'll be some other side events going on, like some Unfinity stuff, some Warhammer Commander stuff. Or Warhammer Commander stuff. That sounds so weird. I thought I said that wrong, but that's just the Warhammer 40K Commander party thing. Okay, that's usually 2-3 hours ahead of me. Yeah. Generally, these 1Ks, we are live for a very long time. Just for just how many rounds there are. We have... What is 78? Is that 7 rounds? We have 7 rounds in top 8. So that's 3 more rounds on that, so it's 10 total. It's 9 or 10 at the very least. Important card. There's now a Conflagrate in the bin. which Robert would have to be able to counter. Also, creeping chills put him incredibly close to dying. Now he's at 2. This is the always the awkward part for Dredge, where you can go off by a lot, but the only problem is the amount of cards that are left in your deck is not super high. So I think what Jordan was doing was checking what are the odds that he does hit a creeping chill with how many cards he got left without milling himself out of the game. Oh, I already... That was so weird. So there's going to be 1 at Narset and 2 at Robert. For some reason, if he could gain life. And you're not really ever gaining life in an interval of 1. So he wouldn't kill him if Robert had some amount of way to gain life for the most part. We wanted to try to get Narset out of play. Silver Smoke Ghouls come back from a creeping chill that got exiled earlier, which allows prize amalgams to come back on Robert's end step. So again, the whole board wipe plan doesn't work out. But we're playing against a whole lot of other people with how his kind of game plan worked out would have probably been fine. The problem is the Narset make you discard cards doesn't work incredibly well against Dredge. A lot of times that's just a free way to get their cards in the bin for them. So we're gonna hop on board back over here. I didn't make this feature match for whatever reason. I didn't know what anybody was playing. And there's a small chance that Robert would have shown up with Neo Brand. So I was just taking the odds. Wow. It's like Jordan's on the play. Robert's going to find himself in the same exact spot that he was before. How many people showed up? So we don't have a whole lot of people here today. We only have like 6 people for this event, but we had like multiple people here in terms of like getting cards and stuff. A lot of people aren't going to want to play that much when they potentially have to play like 10 hours tomorrow. So that's kind of the general consensus that we got for the most part. But we have a 2K tournament tomorrow. It is capped. We'll be live at 12, probably roughly 12 EST to like 10ish, probably at the latest, but most likely it'll end around like 8 to 8:30, maybe 9. So a lot of them people that potentially are going to play don't really want to come the night before that. Plus, there's also another 1K. I can't remember off the top of my head what store it is. There's also another Apex Invitational 1K on Sunday that people are going to. So if they plan to play all weekend, like they're probably not going to play on Friday, they might want to. I don't know. I got Spreading Seed. Hello? That weirdly does stuff. I just really thinking about what he wants to do. Because Robert's tapped out. Could be potentially trying to play around like force of negation. He does know Robert plays subtleties, so escaping an Ox isn't as like cut and dry as it could be if he had the mana to do so. He doesn't really want to blow that up because there is a potential that a rest in peace comes into play. But I think this is the part where he's trying to just like take that risk. Oh, I guess this is on Robertson's step, and I'm trolling, so it's fine. Never mind. It's not. It's a respawn. It's a draw somewhere. I'm lost, chat. I don't know where I'm at. Robertson looking very awkward. Doesn't have a counter spell and a solitude. And a Narset. Yeah, it's not quite the matchup that I was personally ready for, based on how the meta is. It's just like with basic blue white against Dredge. Not a matchup you see very often, I would imagine. So it's kind of cool. But it also makes very weird to like try to remember some of the play patterns that happen in these decks. You're so used to what like everybody else is playing right now. Jordan again, a little unsure what he wants to do. Don't really blame him. He's also like 24, pretty sure. Or was it 24? He kind of wants to be careful doing these Ox because this gets countered. It doesn't feel incredibly great. You took your entire turn to do that, but with Dredge, you take your entire turn to do a lot of things. Just casting one spell just does so much for you. Just have Amoeba and Amalgam. I always call them prized algorithms, and I'm not trying to do that right now. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like hard for me. Is like I didn't play very often when Dredge was kind of popular. I mean, it's very like Dredge is one of those decks that have like very cult following. Like a lot of people that like Dredge just love it. So every time I see it, I'm just like, it's like weird for me to talk about. I personally don't know like the ins and outs of it, like weird little lines or why certain things happen the way they do. So I try not to comment on it. But then he's just playing against blue white, so it's like we have a blinking match. Who will blink first, kinda. Robert taps out. He could die for it if he doesn't find escape shift, a supreme verdict. But if he never taps out, like Jordan will eventually just keep generically dredging from cards entering his graveyard. And here's the other spots that's hard for him. He's like, one creature's got through. Why does Jordan have 3 Dark Blasts in his hand? We're on Jordan's draw step. He wants to dredge, but he also has a conflagrate. Choosing not to dredge was huge. Because he did get another land, so he actually has available mana to do stuff. Also not super pressured to do anything because he has 4 damage in play. It's a 2-turn clock right now. Which the only way that Robert can deal with it without a solitude coming down, which is available this turn, is to verdict the board, which means he's tapped out entirely, including if he does solitude. So if Jordan gets to go crazy, he can. Our set coming in. Look at the top 4. Looks like that Narset and Summary's dismissal. in the Solitude. I'm not gonna lie, that path I thought was a field of ruin at first, but it is definitely a path to exile. Oh, Dark Blast on prized amalgam. They're gonna kill it, but get a dredger in the yard for Jordan to dredge, and then bring back an ox, forcing Robert to counter spell. Well, actually, that wouldn't work, right? It was a cool Narset. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
He's at a football game.
That's there?
Yeah, they both went.
Okay. Well, if I'd known that, I would have went. I thought
Yeah.
one of them was going to be here.
Yeah, we all thought he was gonna be here too until like the event about fire, and then Taryn goes, "No, I'm going to the game." We're like, "What?" So here I am.
Like the big rivalry game or something?
Uh, kinda. They're playing the
late in
locals in
season
town, yeah.
and undefeated. Oh.
Yeah, and they're both undefeated.
And, Kyle is the head coach. Of course he is.
Nice. Fox and Todd showed up looking for Kyle and Taryn, and they're not here. Nice. Well, I'm sort of back. Like I told you at the start, if you weren't here, I might just kind of keep talking about it, I guess. We have the Apex Invitational 2K tomorrow. It's also a double RCQ qualifier, so first and second will make it to season 2 of the DreamHack things. Being commentated by Ross and Todd. It'll be a big stream tomorrow. But I'm here today. You guys are stuck with me. I am sorry for you guys. It's not fair, but Archmage's Charm. Well, even though Jordan kind of stole the play in this match with his cavern, not really been able to do much. Yeah, but I didn't. The thing was, is in terms of commentating, we thought Taryn was going to be here, one of the owners, and he'll be here tomorrow, doing all the PC stuff. But I thought he was staying, and I was about to go to the gym, and now I'm here in the booth. On the face. But it'll be alright. Jordan at the point of just, I'm gonna click some buttons. That's kind of cool. Kind of has to do whatever he can to just squeak his game out. The other matches are also done. This is the last one. I'm looking something up. I I feel like that's not what I wanted. Just ruling what I want, 'cause I'm not sure. Uh, Looking up, if opponent doesn't draw, they can't dredge and stretch the effect is replaced. I think that's fine. The ruling on dredging and drawing is so weird with the Narset in play. If you're This is so weird. Oh, sure. Okay. This the article I need, please, for love of the Lord. Yeah. Okay. Um, that's what I'm looking at. I'm on channel Fireball, and there's a thing that says that you would still be able to dredge. It's very mixed, and I'm trying to find an exact ruling. Uh, it says dredge literally everywhere. The thing that I see, it says basically in their article, there's quote, one extremely important note, Narset does not stop dredging. Dredging replaces the draw effect, meaning that as long as the opponent has a dredge card in their bin, they can play on through a Narset. It's the kind of drawing a card. It's so weird. Yeah, it's the whole fact that the dredge works as a replacement and like so you're never in theory like land to draw. I don't know, man. It's one of the weird magic rules that work. It's so sick. Don't you guys love this game that we all play? Slash watch at least. Yeah, you're never actually drawing the card, nor like once you decide that you're dredging, like, is there ever a plan of draw the card being added because of how the replacement works? But it's basically every article I've found, and anything that says it the opposite way is always ended with like question marks at the end, like nobody's certain. They said I think it should stop it, but it doesn't stop it. But I found it on this article on Channel Fireball, so that's what I'm going with.